Well, you know, the chances of your child getting a good-paying job 10 years from now jumps significantly higher if they've got strong math and science skills. So Expect More Arizona wants to help your kids' chances of having a successful future. And one of the ways they're helping is with some hands-on learning at the Arizona SciTech Festival. And joining me now is Jeremy Babinger, who's the executive director of the festival, and here to tell us what it's all about. What is the SciTech Festival?
Sure, the SciTech Festival is a statewide celebration of science and technology. So we have over 300 events that occur for a month-long period of time. It actually started about 3 weeks ago on February 6th, and it runs till March 17th. So there's events. If you go to a cultural celebration, we had the Science of the Chocolate Affair. We had Science at a Spring Training Festival for baseball. So
wow.
It's everywhere.
So what you do, it sounds like, is look for unique opportunities to teach math and science in different settings.
Right. So a lot of us really want to figure out how do we get kids jazzed about science and technology. If you can basically sneak it in or put it into places where people are motivated and like the topic, it's more fun, but it also becomes something more part of a family, a cultural experience, as opposed to something that you just do in school. Absolutely.
And why is it so important? I mean, you know, we talk a lot about how far behind the U.S. is in certain categories. How important is it to really encourage our kids to excel in those categories?
I mean, it's important for us to really establish that we are what you call maybe a STEM culture. It's an identity of what we do as part of Arizonans. And so, its numbers claim that about 50% of future jobs will require a STEM background, but it really is something that if a kid goes to a cultural celebration, basically everywhere around them, they're experiencing science and technology. So how do we as a society really support kids learning everywhere they go? And so if we make it fun and accessible and something that we do as an experience together, it's a lot more likely that they're going to see the future in that.
Well, and I think it's a great idea, and it's an opportunity for parents to get involved as well. So are these all happening on school campuses, or are these happening at, like you mentioned, different events? How can parents know where to go? And because they should be there with them. So
there's two ways that, so there are events at schools, but most of the events actually occur in public settings. So for example, City of Chandler just had a major event in downtown Chandler, and a popular event was called Geeks Night Out, which happened a couple weeks ago at the City of Tempe. This week, there's actually quite a few events. There's an open house at this company called PADT, which actually produces three-dimensional printing structures, and you can take a tour of that company and see what they do.
Wow.
A major event that's produced by the College of Arts and Sciences at ASU called Night of the Open Door is going to be this Saturday from 4 to 10 p.m. So if you want to look at all the events, we have an online calendar at our website, azscitechfest.org.
Good.
And we also have an application that you can download that will help you filter the events.
You know, I'm just wondering, are you still looking? I mean, it could be that people who are, have children are thinking about taking the event, but what about companies who might have some information to offer? Are you looking for companies that will partner and help you?
Absolutely. I mean, there's still events that are coming up that are towards the mid-March where they may be able to come in, but we'd love them to check out the events. This is an annual event, so we're hoping it'll grow bigger and better next year. We have had a lot of companies engaged this year, but nowhere close to what really is around. One program that we have is called How It's Made Arizona, where you can actually take tours of tooling and machining companies. And we had like Suntron last week, we had Microtronics, and a lot of these tooling machinings that have substantial STEM background, people can go and tour them, but we'd love to see, this time we have about 12, we'd love to see it be more like 20 or 40 companies.
Absolutely. What a great opportunity. I love that show, How It's Made, by the way. It's really fascinating stuff. Well, Jeremy, thank you very much for sharing this information. And, there's still an opportunity for you to get involved and to learn more about what's happening with education around the state. You can visit expectmorearizona.org, the Arizona SciTech Festival's website, azscitech.org, where you can find a full listing of all of the events and the additional information that you need to know. They're also at Facebook at facebook.com/Arizona SciTech, and you can follow them on Twitter as well at Arizona SciTech. Thanks, Jeremy. Good stuff.